congratulations on the new deal. Just curious, kind of, what's it feel like now to, finally be the guy that the Rams are going to be depending on at left tackle?
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's definitely a good feeling. The best part is knowing the coaches have the confidence in you to, sign you back to a contract here and just, put you at that spot. So, but it's also a challenge, being the guy now comes with a little more responsibility. So, it's, motivating me more than ever to be the guy.
And did you test the market? Did you and your agent actually, do survey what was happening, or was your kind of desire to return to the Rams regardless?
So, I wanted to come back here. That was my main thought. So we got it done before free agency, I believe so, or the day it started. So pretty much the goal was to come back here, and it worked out. So that was good.
Thanks very much.
Stu?
Hey, Joe. Just in terms of, kind of having stability along the offensive line, what's it like to also just have, Brian Allen back as well there at center and working with them?
Oh, yeah, it's huge to have a guy like Brian back. He's so, in control of the offense. He knows the ins and outs of it. So to have a center that, like him, gives everyone else confidence because, he makes all the calls on the line of scrimmage. So, and off the field, he's a great guy too. Came in the same class as him. So definitely, was excited to have him back. Yeah.
And then just as a quick follow-up, what in your mind is the biggest challenge in, I don't know if filling Andrew Whitworth's shoes or replacing him is the correct way of phrasing it, but just kind of stepping in and kind of filling that spot that you're now taking over?
Yeah, it's kind of what's going on here, but just I look at it as, it was a perfect situation. There's no other guy in the league I would have rather been behind those 4 years. So, that gives me confidence going into it. Just, I was sitting behind a guy who does everything the right way on and off the field. So, it's giving me confidence going into this. And, I think it'll just be kind of, being the starter, working on, keeping your body healthy and throughout the longer season now. So I think that'll be the biggest change.
Thank you.
Nick?
Hey, Joe, congratulations. You obviously had a very good relationship with Andrew Whitworth, and you were able to learn a lot from him. What are some of the key pieces that you would take with you as you move forward, or some of the game and the wisdom that you learned from him?
Yeah, so number one was just kind of the professional he was, coming in early, keeping his body right, what he ate, just taking care of his body was the biggest thing I took away from him, football-wise. Obviously on the field teaching was big too, but just kind of he took the ownership he took of trying to be the best he can be physically every day. And then off the field, just, pretty much everything from the community work to the leadership in the locker room to how he treated younger players and just the presence he had in off the field and like in the locker room on the field was amazing. So really everything I took away from him. So it was a good spot to be in.
As a quick follow-up, just now having your own identity and be able to contribute to that line as well. But how much did your mindset have to change and really prepare yourself and get ready for this upcoming season, especially now that having Matthew Stafford as a quarterback once again?
Yeah. So I don't think my mindset's going to change that much. I go into camp the same every year, going into the season like I was as if I was starting. So, the prep isn't going to be that much different. Like I said, just the biggest challenge is keeping the body right through 17 games. So, continuity with the quarterback, continuity with the O-line. I'm assuming it's not going to feel much different other than, being the starter.
Jordan?
Hey, Joe, congratulations to you, man.
Thank you.
Last off season, Rob and Whit both said that they noticed that through the dojo workouts, but then also the daily process, that you had really sort of transformed your body in a notable way, and likely in preparation for this opportunity that I think you knew was coming at some point. As it pertains specifically to the left tackle position, what are some progresses you've made over the last couple of years in transforming to meet this moment the way that you'll have to?
Yeah, so working out with those guys was huge because it kind of gives you the opportunity to see what they do. And, it's not about being at the O-line. Everyone thinks it's about being the strongest guy out there, and that, that helps a lot, but it's about keeping your body right and able to play every single week, and not, pliability, longevity and stuff like that. So we did a lot of mobility stuff, a lot of muscle endurance stuff. So that'll keep our, it's about being the best, every single week, and not, just being the strongest, fastest guy out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the step I really took, not just going in there and lifting weights, but there's realizing there's a lot more to it than that. And I feel like that's kind of what transformed it, and, made me feel a lot better throughout the season, noticeably, for sure.
And then if I could just follow up with sort of a big picture question. We ask quarterbacks all the time about what it means to have stability along the offensive line year over year. But for an offensive lineman, what is it like, especially as you see the league having kind of a crazy quarterback offseason? What is it like for a lineman to have the quarterback question answered long term?
It's a good feeling, because, Matthew, being who he is great to have him back anyway. So, but, with the quarterback O-lineman relationship, it's kind of, we have little language things we say at the line of scrimmage that we've developed over the year, just little things like that. And then kind of, we understand what he's thinking in the pocket. He understands what we're trying to do when we're pass proing. So it's, little language things like that. And then little, pass pro chips, stuff in the pocket that he knows and we know we're on the same page with. But having him back is just great, because the guy he is and the leader he is, number one. So
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Greg?
Hey, Joe, congratulations, man.
thank you.
How close were you to playing in the Super Bowl, and what was your experience like during the playoffs, getting hurt in Tampa and not being able to play in the championship game or the Super Bowl?
It's definitely bittersweet in the Tampa game. We went out there and won the game, but it was like one of the last plays. I felt something, a strain. So kind of figured it out the next few days. It wasn't a strain. And then I was trying to get back for the Super Bowl. Didn't really get a practice. Didn't know if I was really healthy enough to play. So I think the risk of re-injuring it was a little too early to go back out there, and then, risk having to, fully tear it, have surgery. I think the risk was too high, but just to be out there with the guys on the sideline was great. Seeing all the older guys win the Super Bowl was just amazing. So I was just happy I got to be out there.
I assume it was painful for you, though, just not being able to, just being so close to being healthy. And how are you doing now, too?
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, literally, football led up to that moment in the Super Bowl. So my whole football career. So not being out there was definitely very hard. But after it's all said and done, wish I could have been out there, but we won the game. So and then right now, perfectly fine, fully healed. So
Thank you.
yep.
And we'll wrap with Kevin and then Dennis.
Hi, Joe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sure. Would your thinking about staying or leaving have changed if Whit had not decided to retire? Did you know or assume a long way out that he was going to retire, or were you kind of hanging on his decision?
I didn't really know the answer of what he was going to do. I was trying to, I wasn't going to really dive into that. It's not really my place to, go ask or anything like that. So I was just, trying to heal up, get right, and then as free agency came closer, kind of realized that he was going to retire, and then that's when I really realized, I had a good chance to stay here, and I wanted to stay here. So, just kind of as free agency got closer, I figured he was going to retire. So, and then when that happened, I wanted to come back here. So,
Yeah. And then obviously you lost Austin Corbett as well. How much confidence do you have that the Rams have a guy or guys who can step into that role already on the roster?
a lot. Coach Carberry is a great coach, came in last year. He does a great job at, switching guys around, making sure everyone can play everywhere on the scout O-line. I was on there a lot last year moving around. So full confidence, just the way we're taught to play, the way the coaches are, they can definitely find someone here that we already have. I feel like we have 4 or 5 guys that can come in and play, but definitely interested to see how it plays out.
Thank you.
Dennis.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. How much did continuity play a factor in you coming back with the ball club?
I would say it played the most in my decision. Not really my decision, but my desire to come back here. Just being with Coach McVay and all the other coaches in the organization and the players. I feel like it can't get much better than this. Just won the Super Bowl. And the respect I have for Coach McVay and Coach Carberry. Just thinking, why would I want to go restart somewhere else? These guys are the best of the best, and being here in LA and the fans and everything kind of played a part in that. So, really didn't want to go start somewhere else.
As a follow-up, do you feel like you're ready to step into a role now that's after a couple of years behind Whitworth?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, just being behind him, there's no other better situation in the league. 16-year vet, Walter Payton Man of the Year. I mean, to step into this role, I had a blueprint for 4 years, and I was watching his every move on and off the field. So that's what gives me confidence to go into this position.